Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Wayward Terran Frontier Zero Falls. Quite the name, but it's not a bad game, so let's get started. Ran into some issues, did record a first episode yesterday, but it didn't work. It kept crashing, and hopefully things are better today. So, it's, what's a good example? It's kind of like Space Pirates and Zombies, or... yeah, I guess Space Pirates and Zombies is pretty close. It's a little bit more about the, like, macro progression, the, like, constantly going out, collecting resources, exploration, stuff like that. A little bit less about the combat, though, obviously there is combat. So, let's get going. Dear Diary, clone number 6, activation attempt in progress. Special note, this one looks even dumber than the last. We'll test self-esteem and listening skills before recycling. Let's see. Brains. Preparing enzymatic decomposition chamber. I prefer some aspirin. Oh, excellent! Well, as much as I would love to turn you into algae fertilizer, I simply haven't got the time. We've reached our destination, and I'm really anxious to get back to not talking to you. But this has been my most memorable conversation ever. This has been your only conversation ever, and it isn't the first time I've heard that joke today. Let's move on to the part where you do my bidding. We've been in deep space for a few hundred years. There are a whole lot of guys who want to shoot us, and we need a planet to land on. A few hundred years? Unfortunately, the only habitable planet in this system is guarded by a bunch of jerks and big deadly warships, whose job is to prevent us from landing. And you expect me to do something about that? I would be happy to land on some barren, lifeless rock, or maybe some flaming molten metal death trap of a planet. But, since your body can't handle breathing molten metal, I figure our only chance is a bit of creative, exploratory violence. You seem capable of violence. Also, at some point, one of us will have to talk to a human without anyone realizing you're actually a hyper-intelligent computer. It's probably the only thing you can do better than me. I'm about 70% certain of this. Wait, why do you need to land on a planet? Oh, I'm gonna be perfectly honest here. I don't need to. I want to. You're the one who's going to need to land on a planet. Unless you want to spend the rest of your life on a space station eating food made from your recycled siblings. I have a space station? Oh yeah, I found us a really neat one. It has a matter reclaimer, and a ship fabricator, and a fancy system for making copies of you. It used to be a terraforming supply base, but it's been long since abandoned. Copies of me, like if I die? Oh yes, I suspect you'll die a lot. I'm already preparing the system because I honestly don't trust you to survive performing even the most basic of tasks. So, let's teach you how to operate a spaceship. I was literally born for this task. You mean you are figuratively born for this? You are literally 3D printed and squirted out of a tub for this task. Let's see. Your first task will be going to the bridge. Just walk towards the front of the ship and you'll see some pretty lights that look like ship controls you can activate. Alright. So, top-down perspective. I apparently have a gun, which I can apparently shoot. I don't know how useful that is. Let's see. Access cargo. There's nothing here. Hey, I have a leather jacket on. I wonder if I could get naked. Let's see. Does it change the sprite at all? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm glad it changes the character sprite. That would be concerning. Maybe? I don't know. Okay, good. You found the bridge. Now, don't just wildly press buttons. We've taken a lot of damage over the many years in deep space, not to mention those nice fellows that shot at us for no good reason. I want you to try rotating the ship by pressing the A and D keys. Turn the ship, got it. Alright, turning and turning. How right do you want to turn? You can also select a heading by holding down mouse button 1 in this mode. A and D will accelerate the ship laterally. Don't expect much. The ship is old and heavy. Wait, is old an old heavy piece of junk? Okay, this ship's a piece of junk. Try that now. Okay, so let's select our heading. It is trying to counter my spin there. Okay, so this is good enough. Now let's scoot sideways. Scoot sideways. Unfortunately, we don't seem to be capable of actually movement here. Okay, next I'd like you to try both the reverse thrusters and the main engines. And be careful, this is the only ship we have. I don't want you flying into an asteroid or something stupid and ruining flight training. Okay. Well, we're moving now. God, we're moving painfully slow. What's this thing's max speed? That doesn't look good. That definitely wasn't good. Well... Did you just blow up my ship? Define blow up. Oh, this is great. Interesting bit of trivia here. I've used those engines and maintained those reactors without incident for 207 years, 65 days, 9 hours, and 14 minutes. You managed to break the entire ship in under 10 seconds. That ship was ugly anyways. Well, this concludes our training in how to ruin everything. You pressed the most of the buttons, so I'm giving you an A for effort. Good job! Best tutorial ever. I'm glad you enjoyed the course. There's only one more lesson for today. How to die in a horrible, painful death, alone in space, with a robot that hates you. This course is a freeform activity. Feel free to jump out the nearest hull breach, or simply wait and suffocate. Wait, so the plan is for me to die? And he is gone. Hey, look at all those goodies that I will never be able to get. Well, let's get off of this. And I don't see like an oxygen meter or anything like that, or really anything. So let's go this way. Right, I've already stripped naked, so we're good for this. Yes! Respawning in 3, 2, 1, 0. Alright. Hey, look at that, it worked. Oh, it was a trick. Yes, I produced an accident-prone human clone and managed to keep it alive for a few moments. I'm like a magician who fixes cloning vats. So I'm immortal. Isn't technology great? I prefer sticks and stones. The station will serve as our base of operations. It was a terraforming supply depot back when they were trying to terraform planets in the system. Okay, yeah, let's talk about what you want to talk about. Terraforming is a huge operation that needs lots of logistics, so the most efficient way is to make your supplies in-system at a station like this one. That means we can refine ore and materials into pure energy, store the energy, and use mass conversion to create new stuff. We can make whatever we want, so long as we have the designs and energy for it. Why is this place empty? Well, they put everything on hold and abandoned operations when they found out this system was flooded with violent alien monsters. They kinda left in a hurry. Terraforming is partially complete, so they posted a heavy guard around the one finished planet, but their orbital facilities were mostly left abandoned. Also, lots of them were eaten. So, great news for us, right? So no chance they abandoned a luxury spa/resort, then I suppose. No promises. Alright, so moving on. Let's talk about why this station sucks for a bit. Do tell me, why does this station suck? Well, its original inhabitants rarely found occasion to commit heinous acts of murderous violence and piracy, so the station's databanks can't produce any ships that will be useful for our purposes. Those would be our heinous violent purposes then. Exactly. So, here's what you're gonna do. Wander over to the logistics room, and we're gonna go outside and salvage a ship with some guns on it. Yay, guns! Okay, so we go to logistics, we go here. This is the logistics room. It's essentially the command and control room for this station's core operations. So this is where the coffee is made. No, pay attention. Miners and terraforming crews would come here to have their ships repaired or refitted using the station's matter furnace and various nanolathing facilities. But all I want you to do is build a small shuttle without causing an explosion that splits the station in half. Do you think you can manage that? I'm gonna push this button so hard. Hold on, I need to make sure you're prepared for what will come next. It's extremely important. What's so hard about pushing a button? Afterwards, you're gonna have to press a second button. I can't imagine it'll be simple for you. Select. It's like saying, hey, I select this ship. Look, okay. Now that I think about it, I'm sure you can figure it out. You just go ahead and try. Alright, so spawn ship. Select. Alright, your ship is ready. Now we can use it to fly out and salvage a real ship. Conveniently, there's one nearby. I'll fill you in on the details once you reach your new ship. How do I get to the ship? If you walk southeast, you'll find an airlock. You'll know it's the right one when you walk through it without getting sucked into the vacuum of space and dying. Okay. So let's get off of this. Looks like it costs energy, which replenishes to build the ship. I wonder if I actually have like a limited number of resources, or if I just can't constantly spawn ships for no good reason. Or maybe after a while the tutorial stops going and we run out of fuel. I don't know. Anyway, access navigation controls, Z to undock. Let's back our ass up, turn this thing around, and get out of here. I see you figured out how to undock the ship. Let's get on towards our destination now. The ship I found isn't far from here. How do I find the thing? Oh wait, no, I'll follow those green numbers. It's super easy. So, this game, actually really pretty. I thought this was, like, going to be much more, like, detailed and advanced, but no, this is, like, this is the extent of the design on the ship, which is actually pretty okay. Like, it's kind of both, like, really ugly and really pretty in like, the same go. The backgrounds are absolutely gorgeous. I do hope that, they change as I go along, though I think maybe it's, like, the same background for, like, each star, sector, or whatever you want to call it, has, okay. Let's see. Okay, now let's see what state this thing is in. Do you think you can dock with it? I'm familiar with docking. Okay, so we're gonna set our heading here, and we're gonna scoot our butt over. Well, going forward. I like the planet in the background. I'm glad the planet is slowly rotating, and is, like, actually a 3D model. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. The attention to detail on this game is actually pretty cool. Okay, let's just scoot in here. I'm being kind of careful just because I don't feel like missing X. There we go. Luckily, it just magnet snaps to where we want to go. Okay. Oh, wow, this thing is a hunk of... I mean, hey, good news. We should have no issue adapting this technology because it's perfectly compatible with Earth Station's database. What the hell does that mean? Oh, nothing. No, this ship is just going to fit right in with our totally empty database. Can't wait until you bring it back and salvage it. You don't have any disparaging comments regarding the quality of this ship? This is a great ship. Honestly, we could have asked for a better one. I'm just surprised that we found such a good ship, that's all. This thing is garbage. Sure, I mean, it isn't exactly as advanced as I had hoped. I think it's very homely. It has a nice warm feel to it, you know? In the future, I'm picking the ships we steal. Great. So we agree. You'll stop worrying about it and complete the mission. Now, to the next point on our agenda. This ship is wrecked. You sure know how to pick them. It looks like the crew all died as a result of the main reactor losing containment. It should be very easy to repair. Anything in particular? Interesting, my cursor is cloned here. Well, there's probably a repair device or some sort in the main cargo hold. Grab it and start repairing things until the ship works again. Equip a repair gadget, click on broken stuff. Got it. Alright, well, let's get to that. Oh boy, this thing does look kind of like a mess. I find it interesting that the damage is just like these weird crack things, but I guess when all else fails, could be worse. Okay, so I have phosphorescent blue piss. Beautiful. Actually, no. You know what? Considering the heading my character is pointed in, I'm shitting repair fluid all over this engine. Alright, whatever. I'll just accept it. So we want to fix everything up. Come on, fix faster. This is... Oh, lit up. Okay, let's see if I can get some lights on the engines, too. I don't know when they actually become active here. But I don't think we have to fix this entirely. Come on. Come on, keep pissing. Or shitting, or whatever you're doing. I don't know. Maybe I have, like, an omnidirectional sphincter thing. I do not question space clone people. You never know what they're exactly designed for. Okay, that's probably good enough. I hope it's good enough. Let's see. Undock. Yep, looks like I can drive this thing. Sorry, shuttle. You're on your own. Luckily, there's no collisions in this game. At least not in this scale. So we don't have to worry about it as much. My max speed is 146. I bet if I fixed everything fully, it would go faster, but... we'll be back. We'll be back fairly soon. Yes. Now I'm going to speak with the lisp. No, let's actually no. We want to keep going forwards. Backing up in this game is slow. Okay, so let's turn that on and start scooting over. Yeah. I don't know. Controlling in this game feels really solid. It feels right. Okay. I could not have done that any better, except for the fact that now it doesn't seem to work. Maybe... Oh. Dock. You know, I'm just going to start mashing X until we're docked. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, I was afraid to crash for a second. Oh good, you're back. Meet me in logistics. On my way. So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to save game. If this game's going to be crashing on me, then I might as well save semi-compulsively so we don't lose anything. Okay, so, hey, I've got my jacket back on. I just realized I'm no longer naked. I guess, the clone just automatically starts with some set amount of gear. Okay, access the controls. Alright, just one last step before you will be ready to create new ships as often as you like. We're going to have to scrap this one. Good, that ship was for jerks anyhow. Right-click on the ship and select Scrap and Research option. Afterwards, you will see a ship design is added to available ships for spawning at any point. Easy enough? When I detect that a ship has been scrapped, I will also unlock a bunch of weapons that you can equip onto it. They aren't fancy, just some standard stuff that was already in the database. Why didn't I have guns from the start? I ran many simulations, and in every instance where I gave you access to weapons immediately, you managed to irritate me somehow. Also, in nearly all of them, you died. I'd hate to irritate you. To equip weapons, you'll need to select the ship you spawned and click on the glowing red icons. To pick each gun type from the drop-down menu, I'll equip whatever weapons you like. Spawn ship, click red icon, select weapons. Okay, I'll try that. Also, if you want to repair your ship or change the attached weapons in the future, just dock and come back anytime. Seriously, you've told me this like 4 times, I get it. If I'm repeating myself, it's because I ran many simulations, and in every instance where I repeat myself, boring. You will eventually yell something rude like boring, thus giving me the excuse I need to stop helping you. Feel free to spawn the next ship on your own. Alright, so let's scroll in. Scrap and research. Hey, would you look at that? You have a space station and a ship that you can create. Lots of guns and such. I dare say I can ignore you for a while now. I'm gonna go find some coffee. Neat, good luck with that. Feel free to not tell me how that works out for you. You're just crabby because you've never had coffee. I'm merely relieved to have entered the portion of the plan where you can't ruin things by exploding my stuff. In fact, I encourage you to go off and get yourself killed as many times as you like. We won't run out of ships or bodies. So I should just go and fly repeatedly into some asteroids? I suspect you will get tired of it eventually. Contact me when you do, and we can figure out the next step. Alright, so let's spawn a ship. Let's do this thing. We're going to call it the Dude. Select. Okay. And let's give it some guns. So fixed machine gun, and 150mm autocannon. Perfect. So let's do spawn ship. I'm going to clone this design for the time being. Oh. So maybe now we clone this design. Okay, there we... Whoa, hello. So I actually get to, like, change things around here. So I can do, like, weapon mounts. Turret track. What are all of these things? Wow, okay. Oh, I need money. And I have no idea how to do any of these things. Well, I guess I'll mess around with this later. Let's exit. That's interesting, but I think a little bit outside of my capability. So, let's see, how long have I been going here? For 20 minutes. You know what? 20 minutes I think is good enough. We've gotten a basic feel for the game. Obviously, there's a hell of a lot more that I haven't gotten access to, but I'm feeling pretty good about stuff so far. So, I like this game. The music is repetitive. I think from every episode after this one, I'm just going to be playing my own music instead, because it's the same just guitar loop over and over and over again past this. Like, the music has not changed this entire time. It's gorgeous. It plays fairly well. I'm really interested to see where the game goes beyond this, but it looks interesting enough that I would like to get there personally. So, I think with this, let's pop off the logistics. Let's save. Kind of wish there was like a quick save button so we wouldn't have to go through this, but whatever. Let's save. Let's actually go hop on our ship and start flying away. But, I don't know. I think this game's worth it. If it's like 10 bucks, maybe even 15. Anything more than that, maybe not so much, though. I don't know how deep the game goes. But it feels really good. The ship design stuff feels great. The controls feel really solid. And it looks nice. So as far as, like, basic space simulator type games, this one ranks up there pretty high. I've got some kind of weird red mark on my map. Whoops. Let's start going that way and figure out what's up. I don't know if I can do, like, space mining or anything of the sort, but, that does seem like something I would be interested in. If that's available. I don't know. I've been set loose on this space system. And, well, Oh, apparently the max speed for this ship is, in fact, 146 meters. Weird. Unfortunate. Someday I hope to get something a hell of a lot faster. Either way, though, I like it, and I'd probably recommend it if you like games like Space Pirates and Zombies, or even like Elite Dangerous and stuff, just because I could definitely see this sort of thing being interesting, you know. Big, sandboxy open world. Figure it out for yourself past that. I don't know. Wow. I can just keep zooming out, can't I? How friggin' far can I go? The answer is a very lengthy distance. I like that. Looks like there's some enemy ships out there, so I'm gonna head for them first. But no, I'm actually enjoying this. It's gonna take me a very long time to get over there, but whatever. We'll see if dogfighting's actually viable, or if fighting that enemy is viable. I don't know. But I like this game, and I'm probably gonna do a full series on it, or at least a series up until I either get bored or stuck. It's kind of an either-or situation. I am impressed how much you can zoom out there. I should probably avoid this asteroid, come to think of it. So let's get that going first. There we go. But I like it a lot. So, I guess if you guys like this impressions video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, it helps more than you know. And if you want to see more, hit subscribe, because I'm probably going to do a full series on it whenever we get to the space station, I guess. But, you know, it seems pretty quality, it seems pretty interesting, and I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot. So, I guess with that, I will see you guys next time. And as always, thanks for watching.